Hi, Margaret. It's really nice meeting you. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing okay.
Good. So I noticed that you brought your daughter in. How old is she?
She just turned 5.
And what's her name?
Yes, her name is Maya.
Maya. That's a beautiful
Yeah,
name.
thank you.
So we have a couple options. It's kind of up to you because I know we'll be talking about some sensitive stuff today. So we do have childcare, or if you're more comfortable having her stay with us, she can certainly kind of hang out in the corner. I have a bunch of toys and puzzles and stuff. What would you feel most comfortable with?
I think I'd like her to stay with me
Okay.
since this is a new one. We just got here. It's kind of a new environment. So,
Absolutely. Okay, so we'll set Maya up just in the corner, and I'll set up all those toys so she can kind of just hang out over there. Does that sound
okay. Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you.
okay? So I just wanted to let you know today, so because this is our first time meeting and it's an intake, while we're kind of just talking and getting to know one another, I have a sheet here that I'm just going to be jotting some stuff down. I just wanted to let you know that so you're not wondering when I'm writing stuff when you're talking what that's about.
Okay.
Certainly, if you have any questions about what I'm writing, let me know. Or if there's anything you'd prefer that I don't write, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
Um, so just let me know what brought you in today.
Well, I'm I'm tired of being my husband's punching bag. Things have gotten worse over the last few years, really since we had Maya.
Okay.
And I don't know, why, but we just don't seem to get along very well. I can't seem to do anything right.
Yeah.
No matter what I do, I can never seem to please him.
Okay.
And I can't live like this anymore. And I don't want Maya to live like this anymore either.
Of course. Well, I think that first of all, it's really brave that you came in here today. Um, it sounds like there's some things that you've been going through that are certainly really difficult.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a great father and he's never laid a hand on Maya,
Okay.
but I don't know what to do. I don't, I came here because I was fed up, but I don't know if I can do this. I don't have many friends. I've lost my family.
Yeah.
I don't have a job, and I don't know how I'm gonna get through all of this.
So it sounds like you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed right now. There's
Yeah,
a lot on your plate.
I am. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a kind of scary.
Yeah. So you said that your husband treats you kind of like a punching bag. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Well, he's abusive,
Okay.
physically, verbally, emotionally. It's only been maybe the last year that he's been more physical.
Okay.
And, I don't know, maybe it's my fault, but um, I guess I push his buttons and he gets upset and we get into a fight and then things are good for a while.
That sounds like it's probably really scary.
Yeah, it can be. And that's why I decided this time, I was really afraid that
Okay.
something worse was going to happen. And
Yeah.
I just decided to take Maya and leave.
Okay. So you made a really great decision coming in here. I really hope that we're able to continue to talk, and I'm certainly here to listen to you and kind of everything that you're going through. Um, One question that I have for you. So it sounds like you've been through an awful lot over the last couple of years. And more recently, you're getting a little bit more fed up. And that's what
Hmm.
brought you in today. Can you explain to me kind of how you've managed to survive this far? Because um, I mean, you have to be an incredibly strong person to be able to have kind of put up with a lot of that for this many years. How do you feel like you've survived and kind of been able to deal with that?
Well, I think I've done it more for Maya. You know, I've wanted to keep the family together, and that's important to me.
Yeah.
And, you know, growing up, my parents split up when I was young, and I just didn't want that to happen to Maya. So
Okay.
I think I've hung in there longer than I would have normally. But because of her, I want her to have both of us in her life. So,
Okay. So it certainly sounds like you're a very strong, caring, and loving mother. That you're really doing this for your daughter and to be there for your daughter. And you also said that your husband is a great father, and that though he's been abusive towards you, that you haven't seen that yet towards your daughter, right?
yes, that's correct.
Okay. So through some of this, what have you learned about yourself?
Well, I've learned that I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Absolutely.
And I don't know.
That's
That I
great
can
question.
get through that. You know, I'm glad I came here. I know this was the best place for me to come,
Yeah,
and I hope that I can get the help that I need so her and I can be safe and be happy.
that's great. And being strong and being able to recognize that about yourself is really important. And it's huge to be able to say that about yourself. And I would definitely agree with you that you're incredibly strong. And again, very brave for coming here today because it's not easy to come in and talk about some of the scary things that are happening in your life and opening up to somebody you haven't met. So thank you for coming in here and opening up today and talking a little bit about what's gone on in your life. Another question I have is, what are some of your hopes for the future? So you've started coming here and we're gonna meet a little and start talking more. What do you hope to see in the next couple of months or next couple of years? What's your hope?
Well, I would like to find a safe place for Maya and I
Okay.
to live.
Yep.
I need to get some vocational skills. I haven't worked since I've been married.
Okay.
So I would like to get a job, something that I can support her
Okay.
and I on, and just to have her continue to be a kid, to be allowed to have fun and, you know, to be 5 years old.
Of course. I think those are incredible visions and goals that you want to set for yourself. And those are certainly things that you and I can work together as we kind of develop our relationship and work more. Um,
Timer.
have you, yes.
Sorry, timer went off.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to interrupt.
So I, again, just want to thank you for coming in today. You've certainly opened up a lot with me today. I definitely want to highlight all the strengths that I've seen and just us meeting for a short time today because there's many. You're definitely so incredibly strong and brave for coming here. It sounds like you've gone through quite a lot in the last couple of years. And you're doing a lot of this for your daughter, which is really, really important. I can just see from in the corner, I mean, she seems very loved and very happy. And it seems like you are an incredible mother. So, you know, in the next couple of weeks, as we meet with one another, I'll like to get to know you more. Do you have any questions for me in regards to kind of today or moving forward?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming in today.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I talked way too much.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
No, I think you did good.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a minute.
Okay.
Okay. I think I'm ready.
Okay.
This is nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Are we being recorded?
Yes, yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. My name is Meg. I'm one of the counselors here at the shelter.
Okay.
And you and your daughter came in last night? Okay.
Yep.
And how are you two adjusting to being here? I know it's been a short time, but
We're doing okay. My daughter's name is Susan. She's doing okay. I think just getting used to it. She's definitely missing my husband and her father, Jordan. She's been crying a lot, asking when we're gonna go home, which has been pretty difficult for me to talk to her about because I'm really not sure what's happening. I just knew that we needed to get out of the situation last night, so we just kind of left, which is leaving her with lots of questions, and I'm not sure how to answer them all right now.
yeah, this can be a scary time,
Yeah,
especially, for her. She doesn't understand what's going on.
yeah,
But we are here to listen and offer resources and help support you through this.
okay,
But I'm glad you're here, you and Susan.
thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about what brought you here?
So I have been married for about 2 years now, and I'm married to my husband, Jordan, who's also the father of Susan. Um, and we've dated prior to that in high school, kind of on and off, and there's definitely been a lot of, I would say, emotional abuse, and he threatens me a lot, but it never got to the point where it was physical. So I guess I never really thought of it as being too serious. But last night he found out that I went out with a couple of girlfriends drinking. And when he found that out, he got extremely angry. He ended up pushing me against the wall, and he did it in front of Susan. So it was incredibly scary for me. He's never become physical before. It's, again, only really been emotional abuse. But I waited till the middle of the night, and I decided I was going to leave. I've kind of always had that plan that if it ever got physical that we were going to leave, because I never wanted to put my daughter in any situation where she would get hurt. So that's kind of how we ended up here.
Well, I'm glad you're here. It takes a strong person and a lot of courage to leave a situation like that,
Thank you.
So how are you hoping that we can help?
I think I'm confused right now in terms of if I want to go back to my husband, or if maybe I kind of overlooked how serious his threats were and the emotional abuse. So I think I'm hoping to get a better understanding of that, what a healthy relationship is, because I think I don't really know what that is. So I'm hoping to kind of get educated around that and get support if I do make the decision to leave my husband.
Okay. What kind of supports do you have
Um,
right now?
I have my parents, but they live in California, so they're supportive over the phone. They've been saying I should leave Jordan for a really long time. So I did call them last night. There is an option for me to go to California, but I mean, with Susan being in school here and kind of just, I don't know, it just seems very overwhelming for us to go all the way across the country. So, but those are really our only supports at this point.
Okay. It can be very overwhelming leaving a relationship, but at least you have that option available to you.
Yeah.
So how do you think you got through those tough times?
Well, I think always hoping that the next day was going to be better. So I think really trying to be optimistic and trying to be hopeful. Certainly my daughter is really my strength, and kind of waking up every morning and thinking that everything is going to be okay. So yeah, I would say maybe those couple of things have helped me get through that.
Okay. I can tell you love your daughter very much.
Yeah. Yep.
What have you learned about yourself?
I think that I'm strong and certainly capable. I think I worried about this day coming where Jordan may become physical and that I wouldn't be strong enough to leave. But when the time came and it happened, and even though it was extremely scary and there was a million things going through my head, that I was able to leave and I was able to keep my daughter safe.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like you anticipated this day would come.
Unfortunately, I feel like I've been seeing him get more and more angry, and I was hoping it would never happen. And usually, I do my best to keep him happy and make sure he doesn't get angry and mad. But it's been happening a lot more frequently. He's also been drinking a lot more, so that could play a part in it, I'm sure.
Yeah. It takes a lot of work to try to please somebody else,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So when things were going well in the past, what was different?
Jordan wasn't drinking, and he was fully employed, which helped.
Okay.
Right now, he's down to part-time, so he's home a lot more, and there's definitely a lot more stress financially about, who's going to pay the bills. I don't work right now.
Okay.
Susan has some issues where she's typically going to the doctors pretty frequently, so I'm home, and now we have a lot more medical bills as she's gotten older. So I think okay. I think it's just become a bit more stressful in our house.
Okay. Did you say our time was up?
Yes.
Oh, okay, not yet. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here, Sarah and Susan. We'll be seeing each other more often. We'll meet a few times a week, and I'm always here. So we have a lot of support and services.
Okay.
If you need anything in between our appointments, please let me know. We're here to listen and help support you and Susan as you go through this difficult time, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right. You're welcome. I'll see you soon.
Okay. Great job.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. I will do the timer for you guys, and you've been doing 7 minutes?
Yeah, 7 minutes.
Okay.
Tell me when.
Anything.
Hi, Jacqueline. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. So I know that you and your child came in last night. Is that correct?
Yes, me and my son came in late last night after a domestic dispute. As soon as my boyfriend left the house, I grabbed him and just took off.
Okay. And what is your child's name?
Christopher.
Oh, Christopher. Oh, that's a lovely name. Okay, so today we're gonna just kind of go through some questions, some assessment questions, just kind of why you came today. I wanted to let you know that, I will be taking some notes, so if there's anything that you don't feel comfortable answering or you don't want me to take notes on, you can just let me know. I also want to let you know that everything we kind of say here today is confidential. I also kind of want to let you know too, if, you do report you want to hurt yourself or others, or any like abuse or neglect, I am a mandated reporter, so I would have to break that confidentiality, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So why don't you start by letting me know, I know you briefly did, but letting me know what brought you in last night.
Well, I've been living with my boyfriend for a few years. He's not Jordan's father, but he's been in Christopher's father, but he's been in Chris' life, pretty much all his life. And when the relationship first started, everything was good. Then all of a sudden, he started becoming violent. He would follow me, check my phones. He pretty much isolated me from my family and my friends. So I couldn't go nowhere without him being right there or without him following me.
Yeah, okay. And was that occurring all the time?
At first it wasn't. Then for some odd reason, he started getting jealous and possessive. And then, that's when it all started. The stalking and all that started.
Okay. Well, I do want to let you know, that you are very brave for, coming into last night, you and Christopher. It really takes a strong person and a loving mother to kind of, get yourself out of that situation. So I do want to, commend you for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me ask you today, what are you kind of hoping to get out of these services?
Right, a new break, to get away from my boyfriend, possibly help with finding housing, and I actually need a job because of all the stalking and missing days of work because of the abuse. I lost my last job.
Okay. So yeah, throughout the services, we will definitely kind of work on some of those goals for you. Today, we're going to kind of get to know each other a little bit more and assess that. But as we move forward, we can definitely help you achieve some of those goals. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. So let me ask you, are there any supports in your life?
Well, my family was supportive at first.
Yeah.
My friends, but he kind of isolated me away from them.
Okay.
Pretty much, he got mad whenever I would go over to my family house, and he definitely didn't want me to hang out with my friends. So to save down the argument and, to cut down on the abuse, I just stayed away from the family.
Yeah.
So they really don't know what's going on.
Okay. And that must be difficult, definitely being isolated from your friends and family and kind of going through this. So I definitely want to ask you, what are some good things that are going well in your life?
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry. So what are some things that are going well in your life?
Well, actually, my relationship with my son, because of him, is the reason why I want to make that change. And the fact that I finally got up the nerve to leave home. So, that's a positive on my side.
Yeah, definitely. And I would definitely say, just like before, you and your son coming and kind of getting yourself out of that situation, you guys are so strong for doing that. So definitely. So let me ask you too, what are some of your hopes and visions for the future?
Well, one of the main things is finding stable and safe housing for me and my son. Find a job. Mm-hmm. And one day I would like to go back to school and get a degree.
Wow, that's excellent. Do you have any career aspirations? Do you know anything that you're interested in going back to school for?
I want to go into a field where I can be able to help someone that's in the situation I'm in currently, you know, to use my experience to help someone else.
That's great. I think that's an excellent idea. And I think that you would be really great at that. Okay, so I also want to ask you, what for on your perspective, so when other people kind of ask you about what's going on, how do you kind of describe your perspective to people?
Well, when they ask about it, like, I think one of the major questions is, why do you stay? And, you know, that's pretty much a hard question to answer because, you know, I guess with it, the way it happens, you know, it just gradually happening. You don't realize what's going on until, you know, you reach that final point to where you want to make that change. So that's a hard question to answer because, you know, you don't know why you stay. Or maybe it's because you're scared, or, you know, he done said it enough to me to where that I'm afraid if I leave, he's gonna do something to me, my child, or maybe go do something to my.
You guys are at 7 minutes, 30 seconds.
Okay. So Jacqueline, I just want to kind of wrap up. I really want to thank you so much for sharing today, and kind of, you know, letting me in on your story. This is kind of the end of our session today. But for the future, you know, when we meet again, if you have any questions or anything, you can always reach out to me and I can answer. But thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Okay.
Nice
You
job.
ready? Okay. My mind just went blank. Okay. Honest, you know, I heard that you came in last night with your child to the shelter, and I just came down to introduce myself and to talk over a few things with you.
Okay.
And your name is?
My name is Gabby, and my daughter's name is Susie.
Okay, nice to meet you, Gabby. Brings you to our church.
Can you repeat the question?
Oh, can y'all hear? So, what happened to cause you to come to the shelter?
So I came to the shelter today because me and my husband, you know, there's been a couple incidents of him getting kind of violent with me. It's really been kind of out of hand lately. You know, after he's kind of had a couple of drinks, he'll kind of start getting rough with me. And, you know, recently he started getting physical and with me in front of Susie. So that's why we kind of left last night.
So, hi, can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. My I'm sitting in the library parking lot and it's keep going in and out. Okay, my last question, I forgot what my last question was. But can we start this over
Yeah.
with my services going in and out?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Gabby. I was told that you and your daughter came to the shelter last night. What brings you to the shelter?
Yeah, so me and my husband, there's been a couple incidents of where, he's kind of been hitting me after a night of drinking. And last night, he did kind of get physical with me in front of Susie. So it just kind of was the last straw.
Okay. So how long had this been going on?
Probably for a couple years now. We've been married for about 5 years, and it kind of started probably like 3 years ago.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Has he ever done anything to the child, or are you the only one that's subject to the abuse?
No, he normally just puts his hands on me. But last night Susie was present during the altercation, so that was the first time for that.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a good thing for a child to see.
Yeah.
Okay. So while you're here, first of all, I must tell you that, me being a social worker, if you're threatening to hurt maybe your husband or yourself or do harm to anybody else, I have to report that because I'm a mandated reporter. But other than that, everything that we talk about here is confidential and it stays in this room.
Okay.
And I will be taking notes. If you feel uncomfortable with me taking notes, let me know.
Okay.
And while you're here at the shelter, what kind of services would you be seeking?
I think I'm really just unsure if I'm able to kind of be on my own and support myself as well as my daughter. So, just kind of, I guess, some support in whether it was a good idea for me to leave the situation, or, if I can even financially support myself moving forward.
Okay, so basically you just needed to get away and have some time to yourself and think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So with all this going on, what kind of support system do you have?
Well, I mean, I do have, my mom, but, she doesn't know really what's kind of going on. I really didn't want to kind of tell her about all of this. But, she does sometimes babysit Susie when needed. But, I really don't have anyone that I can kind of talk to and confide in.
Okay. I know one of the services we do have here, if you would be interested and once you feel comfortable, is we do have a support group for people who experience domestic violence. So that's maybe one thing you can look into while you're here.
Okay.
So what is your perspective on your current situation?
I mean, currently, I know that my husband shouldn't, be hitting me, and he does kind of get violent when he does drink, but I'm really just not sure if I'm able to kind of support myself. He was the main person kind of providing financial support for the family. And I am just concerned that I'm not going to be able to do that moving forward.
Why do you feel that way, that you can't support yourself?
Well, I've never really, held any jobs down before. When I was younger, I had some jobs working at as a waitress and stuff like that, but I don't really have a lot of career goals and education and stuff like that, so I'm just concerned about that.
Okay, so he was the breadwinner of the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, when things were going good between y'all, what was different?
I think it was really just, he really works a stressful job, and he was every time he got a lot of work, or he was under a lot of stress from work, him and some of his coworkers would go out drinking, and then when he would come home, he would just get so angry with me over the littlest things, like cooking or cleaning, or not having Susie in bed on time, and it would just lead to an argument.
Okay. So, would you be interested in possibly learning a skill, maybe taking a job training course?
Yeah, I would be interested in that.
Okay, if you decide to stay and use our services, that is something that we can look into, about getting you enrolled in that. And while you do that, there are some agency that works with our agency that'll provide free daycare for your daughter.
Okay. Oh, that would be really great.
Okay. Well, Gabby, this is all that I have right now, but long as you're here, or even after you leave here, my door will always be open to you. You will have all my contact information, so feel free to call me anytime. And we will definitely set up a meeting, a time to meet again. So do you have any questions?
No, thank you so much for talking with me, though.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. And I'm here for you.
Thank you.
Okay, that was kind of quick.
No, you're almost at 7 minutes, so it was perfect.
Oh, okay.
I
think I'm gonna start using my cell phone.
Great job, everyone.
Yeah, you guys too.
Great job.
I got a notification in the middle that we got like an extension on our 40 minutes. So that's why we haven't been like shut off, because I was worried that was going to happen.
Oh,
okay.
So if you guys are all set, I'm going to end the recording, and then I'll work on getting it to YouTube. And like last time, I'll just shoot everyone an email. Just to let you know it's up.
okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Nice talking to y'all.
All right.
Have a good weekend.
All right. Bye.